Okay, so just like what I've told you a while back or last meeting natin, I will not be able to attend our discussion for this week. So I will be recording yung topics that I will be discussing sana in a face-to-face setting. So i-record ko na lang in order for us not to get delayed. Kasi nga delayed na tayo actually since maraming mga class interruption. So, medyo delayed na tayo in terms nung sa syllabus natin. So, I will be recording the video lecture. Actually, itong discussion natin for today, um, nasimulan ko na, which is on the care and management ng board. So, na-discuss ko na yan nung last meeting natin, yung some parts of it, some of the first parts nung topic na ito. So, I will be skipping a few slides, then I will be starting to discuss, or I will start to discuss doon sa last na slide na ano natin, na diniscuss ko. Okay? So yeah, we will continue discussing about care and management of board natin. Okay? Sa board muna tayo. So I discussed about the general management of the board from buying the replacement board. So I discussed that last time. I've also discussed about the transportation of newly purchased board, on the recommendation on how you will properly transport the newly purchased board. Then I've talked about handling the newly purchased board. And then this is where we last stop, which is on assessing the board's breeding potential. So once all of it are done, like you have purchased your replacement board, you have um, transported your the purchased board from the farm that you from the farm na pinagbilhan mo, transport mo siya doon sa farm mo, then pinarantine mo, parasite control, vaccination, all of that stuff. Then, ang gagawin na ngayon is that we need to assess the boar's breeding potential. So, when we say breeding potential, it is like the ability of our board to actually um, to basically make the sow pregnant. Okay? So it is important to check the fertility and breeding capacity of young, inexperienced boars in order to avoid serious losses due to low conception rate and small litter size at birth. So this can be accomplished either by semen evaluation or by test mating. So ang sinasabi dito, as much as possible, you need to um, assess the potential of the board as soon as possible. So parang pagka-purchase mo, huwag mo na siya munang i-integrate doon sa breeding mo. So doon sa breeding system mo hanggat hindi mo pa nako-confirm talaga na maganda yung breeding potential niya. Na maganda na for breeder talaga itong baboy mo. Kasi if you do that, then you can uh, inflict losses doon sa farm mo. Kasi nga pag inexperience yan, hindi niya naman pala alam yung mag-mount. So there are higher chances na low conception rate, higher chance na hindi mabubuntis yung ating sow pag hindi niya alam, pag inexperience yung born na nabili mo. Or pwede rin na yung mga sa semen niya, mga sperm cells, mga ganun, hindi maganda yung quality. Kahit na aggressive, kahit alam ng born natin kung paano mag-mate, kung hindi maganda yung quality ng kanyang semen, wala ring mangyayari. Okay? So, as much as possible, you assess first the bore before you actually go into breeding. Okay? So first is on the semen evaluation. So how do we do this? So this is actually the easiest and fastest way of estimating the fertility of the boar. Since you are directly evaluating yung semen mismo that contains the sperm cell. That is the one that will fertilize the egg cell. So it is done by collecting fresh semen sample and then its volume, yung motility, yung concentration and morphology ng mga sperm cell at saka yung semen mismo, yung volume niya, will be examined by a qualified technician. So meaning it is more of like sa laboratory setting na yung mangyayari since you need a lot of equipment, mga microscope, mga ganun, in order to actually see the morphology, the motility of this sperm cell. Okay? So, yan, na-discuss ko na yan actually, ni-skip ko yung ibang slides to discuss this. So, this is the parang standard na parang semen quality ng mga boars dapat. So, pakibasa na lang, you have yung, like for example, yung motile sperm, I discuss about motility, dapat 70%, and then yung morphological normal sperm, dapat nasa 80%. Okay? And then yung kulay should be creamy white. Any deviation, pag mas mababa yan dito sa standard natin, then you can assess or you can actually somewhat conclude that hindi gaano kaganda yung quality ng semen na nilalabas na ejaculate nitong boar natin. And pag ganun, medyo alanganin na. You can actually look for others na boar, breeder boar na pwedeng mas maganda yung semen quality. Kasi usually it directly reflects the breeding potential. Pag mababa yung yung semen quality, somewhat it also reflects na ay mababa din yung breeding potential. Kasi pag, like for example, yung mga morphological normal sperm niya is around 20% lang. So some of it are like abnormal yung appearance ng mga sperm cell. So this will affect the ability of that sperm cell to actually fertilize yung egg cell. Okay? And then this overall will affect the fertility rate ng sow or yung conception rate ng sow. Kasi baka wala naman talaga dun sa sow yung problema. Nandun talaga sa boar. So it can affect the conception rate. And then pag na-reduce yung conception rate, na-reduce din overall yung kita mo. Kasi nga, hindi ka nakakapag-produce ng maayos ng proper amount, proper number ng mga piglets mo. Okay? So that's that. So, another one, another method in assessing yung ating yung breeding potential ng ating boar is to test mating. So test mating provides an opportunity to observe the new boar's sexual behavior and his ability to serve the guild normally. So meaning, as the method implies, test mating. You mate the boar or you mate a sow with the boar that you purchase. And then you test it out kung okay ba. In order for you to observe na ano nga ba yung behavior nitong boar. Is it aggressive? Is it docile? Mga ganon. Okay? So a training phase consists of teaching the young boar proper procedures for mounting a female and successfully breeding her. So in that scenario, in that test mating, kailangan na maganda yung proper mounting ng boar natin. Hindi siya nagmamount sa side, hindi siya nagmamount sa front. So kailangan doon mismo sa ating doon mismo doon sa back ng ating sow. Okay? So or gill. So yun yung test mating. You test it out. So the following training tips for junior boars are recommended, like introduce a young sow that is fully on standing heat, one that is not too big for him. So the second service of a previously mated sow or gilt that is still in standing heat will be useful. So in training, in test mating, mag-introduce ka daw ng young sow. So again, young sow yan. May experience na sa mating, sa panganganak. Okay? That is, again, yung best sign na in heat is standing heat. So meaning hindi, theoretically, hindi dapat gagalaw. Yang hindi magalaw, young sow na yan. Okay? This is in order for the boar to be more relaxed. Kasi nga hindi naman gumagalaw yung sow. So it will not be agitated. Then, you introduce itong experience na sound natin that is still in static heat. Then, select at least 4 sows with standing reproductive performance for the evaluation of the young boar. The first service is crucial to a young boar, so it should be with a suitable female. Ang ibig sabihin yan, yun nga, parang nai-ingrain na dun sa experience, sa memory ng board natin na pag hindi maayos yung first time niya na mag-mount, mag-mate, it can associate it. Like, pag doon sa first time niya, nakaranas siya ng pain na nung nag-mount siya, iba yung mounting niya, that it resulted to an injury. It can associate it na, ay, ganito pala, pag magpa-mount pala ako, may injury ako, masakit yun. So next time na mag-mate ulit, na you attempt to mate it ulit, hindi na niya gusto kasi nga na-associate na niya yung mating with pain. Okay, so kailangan crucial talaga that young boar should be mated with a suitable female that has experience in mating. Okay. So, doon, a quiet, cooperative, docile, and strongly in heat sow is preferred. Mas maganda daw na hindi siya aggressive, dapat na cooperate siya doon sa meat, na docile siya, and then talagang nasa standing heat position or strongly in heat sow dapat. So, when a young boar is allowed to serve female who already knows the rudiments of mating, there is very little chance for further annoyance and disturbances. So, ano niya, if it's your first time, you go with like a experienced na female. If the boar's first time, kailangan na yung pag-mate or yung i-mate mo doon is yung experienced na female. Okay? Then, in contrast, if the young boar is allowed to serve a nervous, shaky, and elusive female, the service will likely be a failure and as a consequence, the boar becomes frustrated and depressed. Pag naman kasi yung inano mo na swine ay nasaw is yung shaky, kuting-kuti, elusive, agpa-mount. This will or higher your chances na yung mating na yun will be a failure. And pag ganun, may feelings naman itong boar natin. Baka maging frustrated siya and maging depressed siya. And next time na gustong ipamate ulit, hindi na niya gagawin. Okay? So as much as possible, again, you go for a sow that is docile, that is cooperative, that is in heat talaga. Okay? Then, always take the female to the boar pen. Familiar surroundings give him the confidence to mate. So, yan. Kailangan na yung female yung pupunta doon sa mate. Kasi nga, first time ng boar, yung female may experience na. So, kailangan na siya yung ilagay mo doon, yung babae yung ilagay mo doon. Kasi nga, para mas maging confident yung boar kasi familiar yung surrounding. May stress lang yan kung hindi familiar yung surrounding niya. Okay? Then, ensure that the floor is dry and not slippery. So if the boar accidentally slips and lands on his testicle, this can be extremely painful. So the boar may associate pain with the process of breeding. Yan yung sinasabi ko. You need to optimize yung experience ng ating boar when it comes to mating. So, make sure that the environment is safe for the boar natin. Kailangan yung floor dry para hindi siya slippery kasi pag magmamount yan tapos slippery, there's a higher chance na may galis di jay boar tayo, and then this can cause discomfort and pain. Lalo na if nadaganan yung kanyang testicle. So, painful yun. So, the boar may associate pain with the process of breeding. Di na niya gusto na mag-breed ulit kasi nga, yung first time niya, nadaganan yung testicle niya, ang sakit-sakit. Okay? So, yan. So, again, another one, never put a new boar with a group of female. The boar may have the tendency to abuse it himself. So, since this is an inexperienced boar, it mainly goes with its instinct. Ngayon, pag nilagay mo siya doon sa pen ng daming female na halos sabay-sabay na mag-hit-hit, walang control yung boar na yan. Okay? Yung instinct will kick off. Ang gusto na lang niya, i-make niya lahat. And hindi yun pwede kasi usually we have a controlled number lang na mating ng isang junior boar per day. Okay? So hindi pwede na 5, 6 yung i-mate per day. This can decrease its breeding potential. Madi-decrease yung reproductive capacity ng ating boar. Okay? Then, during hot days, it is also important to allow the boar to serve early in the morning or late in the afternoon when the environmental temperature is low. Kasi mas maganda yung environment pag ganito kasi nga mas comfortable, hindi siya masyadong mainit. At midday, when the temperature is highest, the boar is less aggressive because of the higher temperature. Okay? So, some boars, especially the young and inexperienced, mount the sow at the head end. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, yung mga inexperienced na boar natin, usually sa harap sila magmamount. So others, yung mga other inexperienced boar, make a side mounting approach. So doon naman sa side sila magmamount. And then move slowly to the head end or near the end of the female. These are bad habits that require immediate correction. So, paano mo i-correct yan? Kailangan na you lightly or hindi naman malakas pero forcefully tap the boar natin. Ito indicate na, wrong yun. Kailangan itap mo siya, ganunin mo para umalis. Okay? So if a boar mounts incorrectly, entice him to dismount by slapping the face lightly. After it is dismounted, you guide it. You guide it so that it will learn as quickly as possible the proper mounting technique. So, mas maganda na ganun. You guide the boar natin. You guide it during its first time. Mas maganda na nandun ka para if any errors was committed by the boar during the mating na yun, you are there to correct it para ma-train mo yung boar mo. So, then observe also the boar's ability to protrude its penis, produce proper erection, and to enter the vagina. So, kung makikita sa picture, yan dapat. Okay? Yan dapat yung parang non-erectile state na penis and then yung erectile state na penis. Okay? Then, prevent any anal services and watch for a tight penis. Baka pag anal kasi, this can cause infection sa reproductive tract ng ating baboy and maybe it can develop into a more serious disease. So, kailangan that you prevent any anal services and watch for a tight penis because this can quite hurtful or painful for the boar natin. So, If the boar has a problem in entering the female, despite proper protrusion and erection, provide him with the necessary assistance. Do this with the palm of the right hand turned face up. So, ganyan. And the tip of the thumb and the pointer finger placed on top of each other. Parang ganyan. In order to form a ring around the penis. So like for example, ito yung penis. You place your right hand here, and then you place your thumb and yung right hand mo dito in order to create a ring, wherein this will act as a guide para mas madaling maipasok ng ating board yung kanyang penis doon sa vulva, and then eventually makapasok doon sa vagina. So with the side of the palm now resting on the vulva, guide the penis to ensure quick and proper penetration. So avoid holding the penis when guiding it to the proper entry point. So you just merely parang your hand just acts like a parang platform para dun sa penis, and then you properly guide it. Huwag mong i-hold na ganyan kasi masyadong masakit yan. Okay? So, kailangan lang na lightly you put your head, guide it, yung ano lang, yung sakto lang. Okay? So, the following training tips are also recommended for junior boars. So, do not hit the boar for making errors. Lightly tap lang, pero wag mo yung talagang forcefully na palkang isuna. Okay? This will associate pain with fatigue. Then, allow him to watch older boars work. Perhaps he can gain some pointers. So, yan. Kung mayroong mga experienced boar ka, then allow yung boar mo na manood. Then observe the mated females from 18 to 24 days or an average of 21 days after breeding to determine return of heat. Pag nag-return of heat yan, ang ibig sabihin yan, hindi siya nakabuntis. Hindi nakabuntis yung boar natin. Kasi nga, nag-hit ulit yung ating sow. So, a boar that has low or questionable potency for conception is a breeding liability. Ang ibig sabihin yan, pag na-test mo na ay hindi maganda yung potency ng kanyang semen or yung sperm cell niya, hindi siya nakaka-result ng pregnant na mga females, then liability siya. Pinapakain mo siya as a breeder board, kaya hindi naman siya nag-breed. Wala naman siyang breeding na nagagawa. So that's a liability. Nalulugi ka lang. So, another one, take care not to overwork a young boar. Again, young boars, they are inexperienced, they are young, so you need to control yung mating nila. Then, if possible, check the offspring for abnormalities and cull problem boars. In a scenario na okay, nakamate siya, nag-conceive yung sound na minate niya, pero yung mga anak, ang daming abnormalities. Either that the problem comes from yung sow, or if the sow is a proven sow naman, na maganda naman talaga yung pinapanganak, you can conclude na yung boar talaga yung problem. And then you can cull. Alisin mo yung boar na yun kasi it can cause a lot of problems kasi nga nakaka-produce siya ng abnormal na mga sows or na mga offspring. Then, a desirable boar is one with excellent fertility and with good translating ability. So, yan. Maganda yung fertility, maganda yung transmitting ability. Ano yung transmit? Yung kanyang magandang traits doon sa offspring niya. Okay? Doon sa mga anak. Like, maganda yung muscle quality, maganda yung growth rate, mababa yung FCR, then that's a good trait, desirable trait. So, kung maaari, dapat maipasa siya doon sa kanyang mga anak. So, for that, there are precautionary health measures needed by newly purchased boars depend largely on the soundness of the previous health care received by the animal at the source. So, ang ibig sabihin, we are talking about health management ito. Yung mga health measures na kailangan ng mga bagong bili natin na bull, some of it depends doon sa kanyang health management, doon sa farm na pinanggaling niya. Kasi kung maganda naman yung health management doon sa farm na pinanggalingan niya, ano lang yan, parang mas konti lang yung work na gagawin mo kasi nga maganda yung health management nila. Meaning, yung lalabas, kung maganda yung health management mo, yung lalabas na boar or yung bibilhin mong boar, healthy. Walang halong sakit, walang carrier, hindi siya carrier ng sakit. Hindi siya nagkakasakit. Okay? Then, in order to avoid the introduction of serious health problem into the production herd, the following measures are suggested. So, one, purchase a boar only from an established farm and give priority to farm with a sound health program. Ang ibig sabihin nito, wag kang basta magbibili ng boar mo sa kung saan-saan. Like, nainganyo ba? Kasi ito, kumpare mo pa yan, kahit na friend mo pa yan, kung questionable naman yung farm, walang sinusunod na health management, wala silang record ng mga baboy, then walang friends, walang pamilya, okay? Walang bro. So, kailangan na you need to purchase your boar from a established. Kasi yung mga established farm, yung mga reliable farms na yan, meron yung mga record keeping, alam nila yung mga technical aspect dun sa pag-aalaga, merong sound health management plan yung mga yan. So, doon ka bibili. Then, always ask for the health record of the prospective boars and closely examine. So, yan. Kasi nga, again, doon sa established farm na to, merong mga health record yan. Ganito pala yung boar. Wala siyang history ng diseases. Hindi pa pulos nagkakasakit. Wala pang sakit ito. So, yun. That's one of your basis na maganda itong boar na to. Pero kung tinignan mo yung record, nagkasakit ng ganito, may history ng brucellosis, may history ng mga sexually transmitted disease. So, hindi na pwede yun. Okay? Huwag mo nang bilhin ng mga ganun. Okay? So, that's for the health management, some basic na ng health management. Obviously, sa health management, you need to clean and sanitize yung mga kulungan nila. You provide them with vitamins and medicines if necessary. Okay? Then, for feeding the boars natin, feed boars 2.3 to 3 kilogram of ration with a 13, 10, 14% crude protein. So, the exact level will depend on the breeding load. Like, kung mas marami yung breeding load, I guess, kung mas marami yung breeding load, then dapat yung crude protein, or any other nutrients, mas mataas. Since it needs the added nutrients, the extra nutrients in order to produce yung semen niya. Then, aside from that, yung conditions of the boar and the climatic condition. So, provide fresh water at all times in the tropics. In the tropics, voluntary water consumption may be as high as 4 to 5 liters of water per kilogram of air-dry feed. So yan, medyo marami yung kanyang iniinom. Marami yung iniinom niya pala. Especially here in the tropics, here in the Philippines, marami. So as much as possible, provide them with enough water. Okay? Again, water is often one of the most neglected na nutrients, classes of nutrients natin kasi nga they are readily available. Nakikita mo na lang yan. So, pero, water again is a universal solvent na kunada. So, ang daming function ni water doon sa swine body na kailangan talaga ng swine natin in order for it to become productive. Then, avoid drastic changes in the diet and in the method of system of feeding the boar. So, wag pabigla-bigla na mag-change ka na, like for example, from this particular feed, and then nag-change ka, biglang shift dito sa particular feed na to. So, hindi pwede. Then, avoid feeding and underfeeding. If boar is overfed, it becomes sluggish and lacks stamina. So the boar does not remain in contact with the female long enough during mating. Pag masyadong marami yung kinain, okay, it will become again sluggish and lack stamina. So, pag magme-mate na, wala na siyang gana. Similar, kung kumain ka ng masyadong marami, kung nakapang ka nakidaya, or nakalalong kidnap mo, ang muna kontrol di sarili, usually, namnabsog ka, hindi ka na makagalaw. Ayaw mo nang gumalaw. Ganon din yung mangyayari sa ating baboy. Okay? So, pero similarly, if it is underfed naman, he becomes weak and lazy to mate successfully, resulting to lower conception rate. Conception rate. Kung wala naman siyang kinakain, malnourished, underfed siya, wala siyang nutrients para makipag-mate, wala siyang um, energy para mag-mate. Okay? So this will also result to a weak and lazy na boar natin. And this will result to a lower conception rate. So it may even result to a delay in the onset of sexual maturity and a reduction in the total growth of the testes of young boars. So pag underfed siya, wala siyang masyadong kinakain, madedelay yung onset ng sexual maturity. And at the same time, nare-reduce yung growth of testes. And this overall will reduce the reproductive capacity ng ating board. So, as much as possible, hindi ko naman sinasabi na pakainin na pakainin. You fed them with the proper amount, with the proper nutrients in order to meet the nutrient requirement ng ating board. So, for the housing and environment, keep boars in comfortable and individual pens or stall that is draft-free and dry. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, yung in-explain ko noon, yung mga boars natin because of their high levels of testosterone, kasi nga naka-ano yung mga yan, naka-intact yung testicle nila, they are more or less aggressive yung mga breeder boars natin. So as much as possible, huwag mo silang ilagay lahat ng boars mo sa iisang pen, sa iisang kulungan. Mag-aaway at mag-aaway yan. And in worst case scenario, this can result to injury or in worst case scenario, death. Baka may mamatay doon kasi ang lalaki itong mga to. Especially yung mga pure breeds natin. Like for example, Dorok, large white, Landrace. All of these are large breeds of swine natin na especially yung mga males natin talagang may mamamatay kung mag-aaway-aaway ang mga yan. So, the pen measurement is around 0.6 meters to 2.1 meters with a height of 1.1 meters. So, importante na you provide them with the proper space. You follow the proper space requirement in order for it to be more comfortable. And then, emphasis doon sa word na 1.1 meters na height. Kasi nga, again, malalaki itong mga baboy natin. Pag masyadong mababa yung height niya, lockdown na lang. And then, this can cause a lot of problems sa'yo. Makakapunta yung boar mo doon sa kabilang cage. Okay? So, if the boar pen doubles as the service area, allow between 5 to 7 square meters of floor area. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, yung 0.6 meters to 2.1 meters, para lang doon sa kulungan mismo ng baboy. Pero, pag yung kulungan niya, plano mo na doon din yung breeding, yung mating area, then dapat i-increase mo yung space nila. So allow between 5 to 7 square meters of floor area. Then, use of individual pens or stalls eliminates fighting, riding, and competition for feed. So yan, yung sinasabi ko, para hindi sila mag-away-away, and then para hindi sila mag-agawan sa pagkain. Kasi usually, kung sino yung pinaka-weak doon sa herd mo, siya yung mahuhuli na kakain. And eventually, kasi nga huli na siya, wala na siyang masyadong nakakain, eventually, papayat yung boar mo na yan. Okay, so as much as possible, use individual pens. Then, install high and strong pen partition and gates to prevent boars from jumping over and injuring themselves. Yun nga, yung sinasabi ko, wag yung gain mo lang is 1 meter, baka kaya pa. Wag yung gain mo is 0.5 meters, baka kaya pa yan na talunin ng ating board. So keep boars also cool and comfortable during the hot summer months. Almost lahat naman ng mga farm animals natin, they should be comfortable, they should be cool during the hot summer months. Then, for the reproductive phenomenon natin, a boar should start serving at 8 months of age. Yan dapat, okay? Oh yes, serving at 8 months of age. Sexual maturity is a gradual process in which yung sperm production niya and sexual desire begins concurrently increasing intensity. Meaning, hindi bigla-bigla na ngayon, hindi pa siya sexually matured, hindi pa siya aggressive, wala pa siyang sexual desire, then, tapos, kinabukasan, meron na. So, hindi yun bigla ang shift. It's a gradual process na nag-i-increase yung intensity. Then, some boars reach sexual maturity as early as 100 to 147 days of age. Tapos, may mga boars din that below 8 months generally produce smaller volume and inferior quality of semen. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, pag hindi masyadong mature or pag masyadong bata yung ginamit natin na bull, expect na mas smaller yung volume ng semen na maproproduce niya and mas lower yung quality ng semen. Okay? So it is generally recommended that a boar should start serving at 8 months of age, but the frequency of service must be regulated to conform to the physiological capacity to produce adequate supply of viable sperm cells. So yan, recommended daw na yung boar pwedeng mag-start ng service at 8 months of age, pero yung frequency, yung number ng services na minimate niya regularly or everyday, kailangan nare-regulate yan. Bakit? Kasi nga, kahit sabihin mo na at 8 months, okay na pang-service yung boar mo, bata pa yan. Okay? Ang ibig sabihin, yung reproductive system ng boar natin, hindi pa siya well into its maturity, hindi pa siya well developed enough para masustain yung higher number, higher frequency of breeding. Yun nga, in order to conform to the physiological capacity ng ating baboy. Hindi pa siya yun yung well talaga na develop. Okay? Then, as the boar becomes older, doon madedevelop yung kanyang reproductive system. There is an increase in his semen volume and total sperm production. So, meaning, mag-i-increase din yung kanyang frequency of mating. Kasi nga, na-develop, nagiging older, na-develop yung kanyang mga reproductive system, mag-i-increase din yung kanyang frequency, yung kanyang breeding frequency. Meaning, mas madami ka nang pwedeng i-mate doon sa boar mo as it grows older. Pero pag bata pa siya, nasa 8 months, you regulate. Isang beses lang sa isang araw. Okay? So yan yung sinasabi ko pala. So, this is the recommended service, frequency of service for boars natin. So, kung makikita, yung junior boar, pag tinawag na junior boar, ito yung mga 8 months to 1 year. So, kung makikita, yung service per day lang niya, dapat isa lang. Service per week niya lang, dapat 5 lang. So, meron siyang rest day na 2 days. And then, service per month, dapat 20 lang. Okay? So, yan. Pwede mong sundin yan. From 8 months to 1 year, the boar is still considered as a junior boar. Kaya develop pa lang yung kanyang reproductive system. Hindi pa yun fully developed. Yun yung term. Hindi pa siya fully developed when it comes to its reproductive system. So, kailangan ma-regulate. Then, pag senior boar na siya, more than 1 year old na, you can service yung mga natin, two service per day, 7 service per week, so meaning every day, and then 30 service per month. Okay? So yan, pwede yung mga ganyan. For senior bores natin. So again, this is the breathing frequency ng ating mga junior bores at saka mga senior bores. Again, kasi pag masyadong madami yan, nadidecrease naman talaga yung reproductive capacity niya eventually. Papayat pa yung bore mo pag ganun, pag masyado mong inaabuso. Okay, so as much as possible, you regulate yung breathing frequency. Then yun yung breathing frequency. What about naman yung bore to sow ratio? So ilan ba yung ikikip mo na bore for this certain number of female or certain number of sow. So it is a good practice to keep one young boar in reserve for every 20 breeding females. So meaning 1 is to 20 in the herd to take over the breeding work in case 1 or 2 of the herd boars become incapacitated for one reason or another. So you can keep one boar in reserve, meaning in reserve kasi pag hindi na ano yung dalawang breeding boars mo incapacitated or hindi sila pwedeng mag-breed, then meron kang isang young boar that can service itong 20 breeding females natin. So in a commercial operation, the cost of keeping an extra boar is substantially less than the expense on feed alone for sows that cannot be bred due to inability of a boar to perform his work. Anong ibig sabihin yan? In an economic standpoint, mas maganda daw na meron kang pinapakain, ginagastusan na extra na isang boar kaysa nagpapakain ka ng mga sows mo na hindi naman manganganak kasi nga yung reserve na boar mo o yung boar mo talaga hindi makapag-mate. Okay? Yun yung ibig sabihin niyan. Mas maganda, mas viable na you keep one extra na boar para sa ganun, magiging buntis pa rin yung mga sows mo. Okay? Maseservicean pa rin yung mga sows mo. So in a multiple farrowing program, the recommended number of boars needed for a given sow population is as follows. So pag 2 services per sow per heat period, 15 sows or less, 1 boar. If lang yung boar natin is at least 15 months old. So meaning, pag 2 services per sow per heat yung ginagawa mo, ang ibig sabihin niyan, pag yung sow in heat, service mo and then another time, service mo ulit. So, 2 beses mo siyang isa-service per heat. So, pag ganun yung mangyayari, 15 sows or less, pag yung boar mo, sa isang boar, pag yung boar mo na yun is 15 months old. Tapos, 15 to 25 sows naman, pag meron kang 2 boar. It can accommodate 15 to 25 sows kung meron kang 2 boar. Pero, pag 1 service per heat period naman, 20 sows or less, 1 boar if young boar, if it is a junior boar. And then 30 sows or less, 1 boar if it is at least 15 months old. Pag more than 1 year na siya. Okay? So, yun. Kailangan yan. Kailangan na you look into it. Again, pag 2 service per sow per heat, 15 sows or less, pag bata, yung boar. Pag 1 service per heat, 20 sows or less, pag bata yung boar natin. Okay? Then there are some here we will discuss yung reproductive problems associated with the boar. Ang ibig sabihin niyan, kumbaga, kung wala talaga doon sa female natin yung problema, nandito sa boar natin. And there are some problems when it comes to the boar natin. First, lack of libido and future of the boar to breed. The boar may have a genetic problem that results in abnormal sex drive. So the conditions probably will not improve. So ang solution lang dyan, culling of the problem boar is recommended no matter how expensive the boar Ang ibig sabihin yan, pag genes na talaga yan, genetics na talaga yan, mahirap nang baguhin through management practices. So, kahit na 100,000 plus pa yung bore mo na yan, masakit man, but you should calm it. Kasi nga, pinapakain mo lang naman, na wala naman siyang ginagawa, hindi naman siya nakaka-breed. Okay? Then, the temperature may be too high kasi kaya lack yung libido, there's a lack of libido. So the temperature may be too high. So boars suffering from mild to severe heat stress are inclined to breed less frequently and seldom mate satisfactorily. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, yun nga, kung masyadong mataas yung temperature, talagang ma-affect yung performance nila. Kasi nga, aside from it is uncomfortable doon sa boars natin, they are experiencing heat stress. And this can decrease yung libido nila. Or the boar may have been injured during a breeding attempt, kaya lack yung libido niya. Kasi nga, again, ina-associate niya yung kanyang yung injury niya or yung pain niya doon sa mating. And then, maybe the feet and leg has a problem such as lameness or hoof injury that may cause the lack of interest to mate. Kasi you are using, or the boar is using his feet to mate. Kung merong injury yan, masakit yan. Okay? So, hindi siya makaka-attempt na mag-mount properly and malulus yung interest niya. Lack of interest. And then, this can cause reduce in libido. Or, pwede rin that the boar may be too fat and consequently lacks stamina and libido. Again, pag overweight, malnourished, this can affect yung reproductive performance ng ating boar. Okay? Or perhaps the boar are not properly fed. One should not expect the boars to work satisfactorily if they are hungry. Okay? Similar, nung agbibisit ka, ang kamot makaubra nga nasayaan, similar to our boar. Then perhaps the boar were not handled properly, especially during mating. And during the first mating. And ina-associate na niya yung first mating, bad experience yung first mating niya, for the succeeding na mating niya, magiging bad na rin. So, this will create lack of libido. Then, another problem is that failure of the females to conceive through the mediation of the boar, basically because of improper breeding technique of the boar, it is possible that the boars do not remain in contact with the female long enough. Kaya, there's a failure of the females to conceive. Or the boars may be afflicted with a particular disease, or if motile sperms are present, it is likely that the sow have a disease. So yan. Baka may sakit yung ating boar, kaya it results to failure na mag-conceive yung female natin. Okay? So the problem may also be a result of general infertility that could be of genetic origin. So, yan. Kumbaga, pag sa genetic origin kasi, mahirap na talaga i-correct. So, again, yung previous slide natin sinabi na i-calm mo na. Kahit painful sa'yo, dapat you should calm. Or, there may be physical or anatomical defect in the reproductive tract of the male. Kaya hindi nakaka-conceive yung female na minimate niya. Okay? So, those are the reproductive problems associated with the boar. And with that, we end our discussion here. I do hope that you stayed with me for this until this last slide natin. So, again, please watch itong video lecture natin because I will not go over it kasi I will assume na napanood nyo na. So, na-lecture ko na, na-discuss ko na. Okay? So again, if you are still here, thank you for listening and have a good day.